What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Spandau Ballet. It's been a little bit since I did the first reaction. I do apologize, but just going through a lot of different groups, and it's just hard to keep everything in the front view screen. Nevertheless, I am intrigued to go on this journey. As I think I mentioned in the first reaction, it's a group I remember my sister listening to the point where she had like a poster in her room, and she was a fan of their music, so yeah, we're going to continue to go through their debut album, which, make sure I have this right, their debut album is, I apologize, Journeys to Glory, that's right. So, Journeys to Glory is 1981. We're going to listen to the second tune, which is Reformation. As I mentioned in the first reaction, as I'm, listening to tunes I haven't heard before, I do just briefly speculate about the title, not that what I say will often have anything to do with the song, but sometimes I get close to a theme, or at least I touch on themes that the song explores in more detail. But yeah, the idea of, what is it again? Reformation, that's right, I was thinking reconfiguration. But in a way, that's not too far away from it, because literally a reformation is a reconfiguration of an earlier configuration, an earlier situation. Often Reformation relates to the changing or modifying of processes or regulations to fit, like, popular feedback, or at least technical feedback, the idea that you change things to improve upon what is known to be good and or bad in a pre-existing system. Obviously, as a historian, one is inclined to think that in, Western European religious history especially, the Reformation has a very specific meaning in terms of sort of ultimately the diversification of executive authority within Christendom in, again, Western Europe. But yeah, I doubt it'll have to do with that specifically. I imagine it will have more to do with, again, an establishment of a new configuration, a new format for something that existed in a different or previous scheme. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly how that'll come to be. Again, single word titles tend to be harder to get a read on, or to speculate about possible themes, because even if it's a word with a lot of different meanings, it could go in so many different directions without further context. It's just hard to get a read, but that's what Reformation makes me think of. So let's get it. This is Spandau Ballet. The track is Reformation from their 1981 album Journeys to Glory. Got a bit of a wicked bend, a bit of mischief to it. What year the 303 came off the production line. That sounds like acid. I like that line. doubling that like heavier melodic layer. I've got my dates wrong, or it's like a bass synth that is acid light despite not being a 303. Such like a perfect blend of elements. The drums, they've been rolling all track. I haven't commented on it, but I hear those drums. That's a really cool tune. I think I like that one even more than the first tune on the album. And again, it's different from the handful of Spandau Ballet songs I already know. Regardless, I enjoyed that a lot. I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on vocally, or lyrically I should say, but vocally I did absolutely enjoy his delivery. It had this sort of like charismatic power, like it was sort of like, it sounded a bit like deranged, but like in a good way, like controlled and like deliberate, but a sort of like heightened kind of theatrical delivery. I did enjoy that. And again, like, you know, I heard the word Reformation itself. It does sound like maybe we're talking about, you know, a configuration changing over time, but wasn't sure exactly what was happening there. So do let me know if you got an angle on that. But sonically, really cool. You know, I like the drums rolling around. There was a section where like it kind of like doubled the snare time for a brief moment. That was really cool. And yeah, again, that one layer, which to all my ear and brain sounds like a 303, which I thought was on the production line in Roland in '82. Not to say that there couldn't have been other devices, other bass synthesizers that could produce a similar sound that were maybe available beforehand, but again, like that layer sounded so much like acid. The whole track I was sort of confused, and again, maybe I have my dates wrong. Maybe it was '81 when the 303 came out. Either way, that layer in particular I found compelling, although perplexing at the same time. But a really cool tune. Looking forward to going through more of the album. Again, I'm doing a lot of deep dives at the same time, so it might be a few days until we get back to this one again, maybe a week. But yeah, bottom line, I'm in for the long haul, so hopefully you are too, and hopefully you know, it's not too annoying to be a bit patient. But yeah, do let me know what you think of this tune. I will see you next time. Peace.